On the topic of Evan Mobley, take a listen to Bill Simmons, Ryan Russillo on the Bill Simmons podcast talking about their pick this year for Defensive Player of the Year.
They have Mitchell and Garland as their guards.
Yep.
And Allen as the rim protector. But what they really need in any switch or whatever, somebody who could just guard anybody, right? In any sort of switch pick and roll. And that was the thing that over and over again, like there's some good stats with Mobley. He was first in contested three-pointers per game, 3.6. He was third in most contested shots, 11.5, trailed just Lopez and Nick Claxton. He was first in defensive wood shares. He was fifth in switching when defending screens and pick and rolls. He was ninth in guarding isolations. He was top 20 field goal percentage at the rim. He played big minutes. He played 35 minutes a game. He played 2,715 minutes for the season. He was in the lineup all year. And I just thought he was the most important defensive player. If Jaren Jackson had played 10 more games, fine. The way to pick apart the Mobley case is the per possession on-off. There's some on-off stuff, and you could get, you can nick him for. But he kind of had to play backup center for them, which I don't think he's big enough to do. And if you look at the lineups where he got to play with Allen, the stats are really good. And yeah, they dropped when he had to be the center on these smaller lineups, but they probably should have kind of held the fort. I don't know. I thought he was the most important guy that I saw this year, and that was the top 5 team.
And Sam, the point he made about him playing center when Allen was out might end up costing him Defensive Player of the Year this year because it did knock down his metrics. But anybody that's seen him, he does whatever you need him to do defensively. I mean, it's truly scary that he's that young.
Yeah, I mean, look, anybody's going to benefit from having a Jared Allen with him, and then he can play power forward. Mobley can, and just all of a sudden, when you're without Jared Allen, you're going from defending the opposing center and power forward, or just the power forward to the center and power forward. So it made it tough for Mobley, understandably so, especially being a young player. They didn't really have another defensive anchor in the front court to help him out when Allen was down. But those two together, just having Allen back there has made Mobley even that much more of a force when it comes to protecting the basket, because he can just focus on his guy and the guards, who are opposing guards who are driving to the basket. So it's been nothing but up and up for Mobley since really the middle of January. He was good before that, and he never really took much of a step back defensively, even when Allen went down. It was just slightly noticeable. Bill Simmons used a good word there. You could nick him for that because his Mobley stats, because they went down a little bit. But no, I mean, just the fact that you have two big guys and giving you the old kind of Twin Towers look to the opposing teams with Allen back there. And they work together pretty well offensively as well, Allen and Mobley. So it really will help Mobley having a healthy Allen in the playoffs, just because they work so well together and understand each other at both ends of the court.